feeling fresh? Your voice is ready? You got your water, you got your coffee. It's Monday morning. We're back.
Bright and early, bro. Fucking hell. 6:41 a.m. This is what I do for you guys, man.
6:41. Man, listen, I got in from Berlin yesterday quite early because when I've got a show internationally and I come back, if it's a Saturday night, the Sunday morning, I'm always the first flight out back to London just because I want to get back early and have enough time. But
I've been meaning to ask you about that, bro. It's like every time, we're looking at your logistics, it's always like you don't want to sleep in the city that you're performing in. You're like in and out.
Yeah, number one, you want to stay out of trouble because I feel like if you give yourself too much time to rest and sleep and hang around, then it's easier to, hang back after the show, do this, do that, and do too much enjoyment. So for me, it's like as soon as I finish playing, all right, then I'm, in travel mode, back to the hotel. If I'm sleeping, if I'm not sleeping, get some shut-eye, and then I'm back. But yeah, I literally slept 1 hour. I was snoozing a lot though. Like every 10 minutes, I was like snooze, snooze, snooze. And then
I got you.
Yeah, got the Uber. And Berlin, they've refurbed their airport, which it's been in the news for a long time because it took a very long time to complete the project. It was like over 13 years delay.
Really?
Of redoing the airport, but it's finally done. It's nice. It's huge, man. It's huge. But man, like when you don't have to check in your luggage, you're just in and out 5 minutes, and then you're waiting for your flight. But yeah, I go back like 8:30, and then I was just crashing all day. For some reason, I was tired. Like I haven't done my IG lives in a while as well, but I've been working on some tech behind it because I figured out OBS and some technology to make it better and how to engage people a bit more so people eventually can skip the line and I can see the queue, and if you want to skip, you can pay for that, right? For the top spot. So I play your track next. So yeah. I'm trying to figure out the live streaming too.
Bro, like speaking of live streams, I was watching this Louis Theroux documentary about I guess it's called Manosphere. Did you watch it?
So good, man.
Oh, and I was just thinking I was like, oh, Manu is streaming. Is he ever going to be that guy like streaming like on the streets, like during his, on the road, all that kind of stuff? Bro, it's mad though. Like these guys are just online 24 hours a day.
But the guys that do this type of streaming, it's like street live stream. It's like they're very young guys, and you've got these 8 to 14-year-olds watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, punch him, do this, do that. You're just like, come on, man. Like, what are you doing, bro? It's bad. But the documentary was amazing, bro. Like it was so good. So good.
I think at some point we need an Afro House documentary, man. Like I know Rise Berlin, they did one, I think a couple years ago now. That was really good. But I don't think it received enough publicity just because it was Rise, it was on YouTube. But I think there's gonna come a time where, we need a major, platform.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it as Club Record. I mean, listen, we are the best content creators in Afro House.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I think it's gotta be something fresher, something that's sexier than, no offense to previous documentaries, but it's gotta be more modern, I think.
Yeah.
More with the times, more snackable and social media friendly, I think.
No, exactly, yeah. I mean, bro, that's like my most watched content right now is documentaries for like long form stuff. I think that just ideas are running, bro. Like imagine spending like, a week with Francis or something like that, and you're chopping it up with other DJs that are kind of on the road and getting their thoughts on basically everything,
It's about the angle, right? I mean, you talked about the Louis Theroux documentary. You've got to find this very sexy viral angle that makes sense instantly, and then you can start to create this amazing content. So in Afro House, I can't think on the spot right now what that angle would be for a documentary, but there's so many interesting personalities. I mean, I think it would make sense for someone like obviously Francis, like a Ramper, like a Shimza,
Yeah.
a Coffee. If you want to get like 5 to 6, 7 main people, and then go for it. But
I think
I think it would be cool. I'd watch it for sure.
I mean, on that topic, there's a lot of guys that are, keen to share their opinions online. I mean, just now, right as we started recording, Floyd Levine posted a reel kind of sharing his thoughts on, Afro House at the moment. And, in short, he's basically, is it gimmicky? Is it unoriginal? Is it kind of rinsed, for lack of a better term? And he's not the only one that's been talking online. There's a few guys. I know you did drums radio. Was it last
Yeah.
week or week before? I mean, I
Week
felt like
before.
that was a conversation that was going on, right, for the most part.
Yeah, it was. It was. I mean, as you were talking about Floyd Levine's, what did he do a story or a post today? What did he do?
It was a real, yeah,
It's real. Okay.
yeah.
Did you see the John Summit clip when he's like, I think it was live streaming and he's saying about Afro House? It's like
For rich
any
people
destination with, yeah, for
with a
like any
view.
destination with a beach or sugar daddies and sugar babes and this and that. And
Yeah,
listen,
I saw that. I actually commented on that video because he said, Afro House people don't come for me, and I commented, I'm coming for you, bro.
no, but because of the almost like rapid success of Afro House, people are coming for it, and there's a lot of gimmicks around it. The kind of music scarf, the phones, the TikToks, the rich destinations where Afro House is prevalent. Like,
Yeah.
I get it, but it's created a lot of opportunities, even for people like for Floyd Levine, right?
I mean,
It's created a lot of
listen,
opportunities.
that's the whole thing is like this conversation is not new to us, and anyone who's been in the scene as long as we have knows that we've been talking about the evolution and the adoption of Afro House and maybe how it's changed like for years now. And this was kind of pre-predicted by a lot of industry guys, and a lot of people were worried and are still talking shit about what Afro House is now. But I just think at the end of the day, man, like your market is bigger than it's ever been. Like there is at least a positive in that. Although, yeah, there are some negatives about how the sound has changed, who's paying for what, who's getting the gigs. But again, I feel like everybody's eating more as a result anyway. So it's a fine line, man.
The
It's a
thing
fine
is,
line.
success, the most valued way of evaluating success in Afro House now is Beatport Afro House chart,
Yeah.
right? That's the only way I would say that people look at and feel any sense of value, right? I think that is not a true representation of Afro House and the sound, so you can't go by that. But I understand like that is the way of measuring money and success at the moment. But that is not Afro House, right? I think there needs to be a platform or another way to kind of share that message and share that sound and understand, okay, this is Afro House. And again, I don't want to have that conversation because it's tough. Like, what is Afro House? But it's not Beatport Afro House. It's not the Beatport Top 100 chart. We understand that, right? But yeah, I mean, at Drums Radio, when I was in this panel discussion here in London a couple of weeks back, yeah, it was a talk with Bodhisattva, Mario Badbox, and Heavy K. So, some Afro House legends in there and people that contributed to Black Coffee's career and were there at the start and helped him a lot. But it was eye-opening for me to be in that conversation because I'm a newbie in Afro House. I've been in it not even 10 years.
Yeah.
But these people were there from the beginning. Were there when, Kulo dropped his first album, when Oskido was still pushing Quato and those sounds. So they understand the evolution of it and the geography of Afro House and what it took for it to be where it is now. Before there was any money in it, before, when it was just passion and when it was just like, I'm doing this because I love it. So the conversation started, how did Afro House start? That was the beginning of the conversation. But very quickly, as I sat back, because I didn't have a lot to say because they contributed more to the conversation because,
Yeah.
that's their experience, not really mine. But very quickly, it was cool for me to understand that they're also playing the game. And when I say the game, they understand that Afro House now is at a place where it's reached this level where there's so many opportunities and success stories that have now trickled down to the smaller artists. And now smaller artists are able to travel and able to maybe not completely go full time on it, but they're still able to make some substantial amount of money and profit from the success of bigger artists. And they were saying things like, yeah, the ship has sailed on that original Afro House sound, and that is okay.
Yeah.
It's at the end of the day, it's your experience, is what you make with it. It's how you give back to the genre. But yeah, man, I think we've started to move away from that topic of what is the real Afro House, who is making the real Afro House, why is this commercial sound so prevalent, even at the top with those OG artists, which is good for me, I think.
Yeah, it's interesting because this modern conversation that people are having today about, oh, like the sound is this and it's that, but you look back like 4 or 5 years ago, I remember the same kind of guys or different people saying like, oh, they're just making songs so Black Coffee will play it in his set, and then what was before that, probably something else. So there's iterations of this argument, but I think people are also forgetting like how difficult, and this is general, how difficult it is to actually make it in music and to sustain yourself. Streaming doesn't pay as much as it used to. To be a touring DJ, get on the road, get paid, that kind of way as well. As it's extremely saturated, it's competitive. So how do you measure success in this game is really challenging, because there are some guys that I think, oh, they're super successful as musicians, but if you probably broke it down, from a financial perspective, it maybe doesn't look as such, right?
For sure. I mean, Buddy was talking about this, and he was making it known to a lot of the people in the audience that, you think that just because you know some artists and you know their name and they may have some big tracks, it doesn't mean that they're actually living a comfortable life from music.
Right.
And he was saying his experience is that now he's in this routine, and he's built this system that allows him to live off it. That's why he's releasing every Friday, right? He's got this system that um yeah, it just allows him to make this a living. But it wasn't something that happened in 1 or 2 years, right? It takes time, and of course he makes a lot of music, maybe 1-2 tracks a day. So
Wow.
every Friday he's got a track out, and from that he's able to generate enough revenue or enough of a livelihood that he can sustain it. But again, this is like an extreme level of preparation and structure. If you're not a prolific producer, if you don't have that experience, you've got to be in the millions and millions and millions of streams and gigging, touring. You have to be touring these days to make this a full-time job.
Yeah, I mean, also the thing
And
with,
also,
yeah, go
go
on.
on.
I was gonna
I
say
was gonna say,
Bodhi.
yeah, it's fine. You go, you go, you go, you go, you
I
go.
was gonna say, I mean, because Bodhisattva has been in the game for so long, he has this base audience that can generate that income for him on a weekly or monthly basis. But obviously, if you're younger starting out, you don't have access to that same kind of audience.
Yeah, but I think one thing as well that we don't realize is I truly believe DJ careers are short, bro. I think they're short. And I think that with the lifestyle, with how things are set up, you almost have this small window that you have to optimize and make sure that you get the most out of,
Right.
right? Because if you can't make the next hit, if you can't stay hot, it's happened to a lot of rappers, a lot of artists, in the past. And especially in our scene, bro, we have a lot of not many huge artists at the level of, let's say, Black Coffee, kind of Francis, Shimza. I mean, how many artists can say that they get 4 or 5 bookings a week consistently?
Yeah.
You know, you've got that kind of upper echelon, and then you've got that second to third tier where you're getting, let's say, 5 consistent gigs a month, not even a week, a month,
Yeah.
right? How sustainable is that? Right? Because you're at this category where you don't have a huge hit where people just know your name. You're not really selling tickets like that, And I've seen it. I've gone to many gigs in London where artists think they're hot because they've got this decent track, and you go to the gig and there's no one there, or it's kind of empty. So I think also the market is skewed when it comes to Afro House or even just electronic music and the DJ market. It's like you've got sometimes a short window to capitalize and make your money, and yeah, figure out like, how can I make this a long career? Because it's not easy, man. It's hard, bro. It's hard. There's so many artists out there that we can name that have slowed down and you know
But then,
struggling.
so what do you think are kind of like some, major milestones that make your career like more sustainable to get to that upper echelon, as you mentioned? I mean, I'm just, this past couple weeks, there's been a few more residencies announced. Francis Mykonos at Scorpios, Shimza at Pasha. Do you think those, you know, caliber of gigs and residencies are what kind of brings you up into that long-term sustainable career, or building your own brand like Shimza with Kunye and his partners down in South Africa? Like what gets you to that level?
I think it's all those DJs obviously have experience, and they've been doing it for quite some time. So I think it's building that experience, and that experience is usually built on consistent relationships and trust that you built over the years. And you have to approach it as a profession. You've got to be extremely serious with it. If you can own some of it, that's always better, because I think a lot of these people or DJs that are getting these opportunities, they've proven that they can sell their own tickets, they can throw their own parties, they've got their own labels, they've got their own infrastructure. I think that's huge.
Yeah, that's
And
a
you
good
almost
point.
have to do it. You almost have to do it because, when you can show to whatever venue, residency, company that I can do this by myself anyway, then it's less of a risk for them. So yeah, you've got to bet on yourself. I know I'll say that a lot, but it's over time. I think that's what makes huge stars. Of course, if you can make a hit, multiple hits, that's easier said than done. That's the hardest thing to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you can sell your own tickets on a big scale, that counts a lot, man. It counts for a lot. But it's not easy, man. I mean, I'm just talking here. It's
Yeah,
not
I mean,
easy. It's not
so
easy.
I'm gonna throw in a random question. So yeah, we've seen a few DJs kind of curating their own experiences, which have grown a lot. Which DJs in Afro House right now do you think are ready to kind of curate their own experience, like a Kunye or a Soleil or something like that?
I haven't done it. I mean,
Yeah,
Unreleased and Magnifique are doing it very well.
yeah, that's another great example.
They're doing it very well. But again, these are things that, those guys, they're probably gonna keep throwing their own parties, making them bigger and bigger and bigger, getting bigger and bigger artists. And at some point they're gonna get a Ushuaia, or they're gonna get, you know, that big stage. But that's how you do it. You have to kind of build up to it. And I mean, it's also it is a long-term play. I think you've got to kind of build this portfolio that you can own forever, and it's yours, right? I think that's, for me, that's actually how I approach it. It's not just about me. I want to get gigs, because at the same time, like, you can't travel forever. You can't do this forever. At some point, life on the road, it's cool. It seems cool, but sometimes it's stressful, man. You want to stay on. You want to show, especially if you have kids. If you have a family. I mean, Black Coffee, how many shows does he do now? I mean, he just turned 50. We could talk about his birthday party as well, but you
Yeah,
know, like,
but you know what I think about often every time I travel, like especially I just came back from Australia, right? And that was a journey, man. That was tough. But if you're not at that upper echelon where you're getting business class tickets or private flying, like the amount of time that you're spending in an airport or an economy class seat, I think is super impressive, man. Those guys who do it every day, unbelievable. I would go nuts. I don't think I have it in me, to be honest.
do you know what? I think it's definitely tough, but if you're doing 3, 4 gigs a week, bro, you're making like over 10K, 15K a week,
Yeah.
bro. Like, it's fine. You're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna do it, right? You're gonna do it. So that's the trade off, I guess. But it's not a healthy lifestyle, for sure. It's definitely not a healthy lifestyle, especially like on the dietary side. Like, when I went to Berlin, and that was just one gig that I did this week. I mean, you land and they're like, "Oh, we booked a table at this restaurant, and bro, we went for pizza, and it was like the fucking biggest piece I've ever seen, just for one person." So you're eating that, you're having a beer, and then you're like, "Man, I went to the gym this morning," because I went to the gym Saturday morning, and you're like, "Man, it's just
Yeah.
not the." You've got to really be disciplined.
Bro, that's what we should actually have like a conversation about that at some time is the health approach on the road. So yeah, like hitting your macros if you're, concerned about eating, staying active in the gym. That's impressive, man, because it would be so easy just to like for me, beer and food like is done.
It's it's not easy. It's not easy, but I think End Friends would be a good
And
one
friends,
to
yeah.
have on for that. Francis looks like he's also quite healthy, and takes a healthy approach
Yeah.
to life on the road. Uh, Shimza as well. He touched on it on the podcast, but you know now we're getting into all of our topics. Do you want to talk about Black Coffee's birthday quickly, or go into Shimza on Mac G?
Let's go the big 50 for the chief.
Big 50, the Big 50. Yeah, it was funny. Last night I was just scrolling through all the guests that I could identify and recognize,
Okay.
right? So I was just like going on Black Coffee's Instagram, or his girlfriend, and then seeing, oh, that's Major League. So then going on Major League's profiles and going on the stories, or MMA, Fiona Craft. It looked fun, man. It looked fun, and yeah, it was a multiple day event, right? It wasn't
Yeah.
just the one night. So, and he had some big names there. David Grootman, obviously Shimza was there, Mosquito, Major League. I'm trying to see who else in terms of like celebrities. Who
Thing
else
is,
did you
man,
recognize there?
if you're turning 50, like you gotta go big. I know, like, obviously, Shoba was there with his son Impilo.
Oh, he
I
did a
think,
set, right? He
yeah, he did
played,
it.
right?
So yeah, shout out to, his name is DJ Influence, man. It's quite impressive. Like, this guy is totally blind, for the most part, and he is still able to DJ with just hearing and feel, which is just unbelievable, man.
That's
Very,
crazy.
very cool.
Is he legally blind?
He's legally blind, yeah.
Damn. I
Yeah.
didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah, he is. So super impressed. Was Bad Box? Bad Box made it out?
Bad Box was there. Bad Box was there. I mean, from our scene, I recognize Meme, Fiona Craft. As I said, Oscar and Bo, Major
Yeah.
League, Shimza. They DJ Merlin was there.
Merlon, yeah. Shout out to Merlon, man.
It looked cool, man. It looked cool. Listen, Cape Town, it's like paradise. Cape Town is just that spot. It's just become such a pristine destination. It looked amazing. I was like, man, I need to work hard. I need to be invited to the next one, or have our own, man. When I turn 50, I want to have a situation like that, man. Like, it's next
I would
level.
love, I mean, for me, Cape Town is somewhere I'd love to end up eventually. Um, but again, like, still South Africa, so you have to come in with, you know, kind of bags and make sure that you're kind of sorted. I mean, I would move there now, but I just feel like there's not a lot of opportunity to really sustain, because it's one of those cities now where it's in the
All the
global.
Germans are there, bro. All the
Yeah,
Germans are there.
and Brits. So they've come in, and they've, obviously, the market is now, everything costs the same as it does in London, or maybe not quite, but close enough. So property is expensive, eating out is expensive, drinking is expensive. So it's not a cheap city, but it used to be.
Man, I was going there roughly 10 years ago. I just fell in love with the place. You know, when you go somewhere and you start looking at real estate, you're like, man,
Yeah. Should
I'm
I
moving
move
here.
here?
Should I
Should
move
I move
here?
here?
And man, Cape Town was probably, I mean, people always ask me, what's your favorite city on earth? Cape Town and Miami. Those two for
Oh,
me. Up
good
there, up
choices,
there.
my friend.
Always,
Good
always,
choices.
always up there. But no, yeah, happy birthday to Black Coffee. For me, last week, probably the best piece of content that I consumed was Shimza on the Mac G podcast.
Okay.
Let's see how many views that video is on. Let me just check quickly on YouTube. Let's see, let's have a look.
See,
I mean,
I saw a bunch of kind of clips flying around. I was saving it for, when I had a bit of, more peace and quiet to listen in, but I missed it for the most part, bro. So you're gonna have to get me caught up to speed
okay,
there.
approaching 500,000 views.
Really?
Shimza on Black Coffee government gigs, Kunye, Kabza, and everything else. I think it was an insight into his business acumen, insight into his life on the road, insight into, I mean, they were getting onto him because they're saying he's making white music, white people music now.
I see. Okay.
So they were talking a bit about that, his weight loss journey. Yeah, it's like, I think it's like 2 hours long,
Okay.
but it was very enjoyable for me to listen in and listen to Shimza. Well-spoken guy. The business side of it, I think, hit me the most because you start to understand that he's one of those people that, say he has an idea of starting an event, right? Which obviously he's got. The components that put together an event over time, he's starting to own. So, fucking ice machine he was talking about. Now he's got an ice. He supplies ice for his own event. Furniture. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So all these things that go into creating an event and an experience, he's like, yeah, I need to supply it on my own and figure out how I can do it by myself, right? So he's a very self-sufficient person. And he also
Interesting.
touched, yeah, he's cool, man. He's cool. And he's also touched on things like, he is a structure builder. So he's someone that sets up the structure and then he lets other people run it, right? So he's got companies where, with the help of other people, he'll set up the structure, set up the business, and then empower other people to actually run the day to day.
That's amazing, man. I mean, that's what the really good entrepreneurs do, right? Because if there's always this thing like, okay, if you had to disappear for like, a couple months for whatever reason, will your business survive without you? Yes or no? And the answer should always be yes, right? That's that is really impressive, and most entrepreneurs don't get that right. You know?
Yeah, it's he's impressive person, and of course, as a DJ, the journey, right, from being an extremely ambitious DJ when he was young, and now, arguably being the second biggest after Black Coffee. It's crazy. They touched on the Ibiza residency that he's got at Pasha,
Yeah.
and that being a huge, huge milestone for him in his career. Yeah, a part of me is like, man, I don't want to ruin it for you because you got to watch it and consume it for yourself.
No, listen, I mean, I will. I'm definitely gonna listen to it today because I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently. I mean, when you're creating one, it's always interesting to see how people run, their own. So, but that's right up my street, man.
It's cool,
Speak.
man. You're gonna learn a lot. You're gonna learn a lot about business.
Yeah,
Um, and also he is very politically correct. Like he's
yeah, but
beyond the drama now. He's
you have to be, man.
yeah, he doesn't give a shit about the drama. Like he doesn't get into, the spicy questions that they ask him. He's just like, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, he's like, he acts like like, what did you say? And you'd be like, what? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He just does
Yeah,
that
yeah,
type of
yeah.
thing. He doesn't get into the drama or the mess, which I think at that level you have to, when they get into Black Coffee stuff or other characters. Um, but it's part of it. I think also he's been attacked, I think, quite a lot in his come up as a DJ in South Africa. So now he's just like, man, they don't know shit. People don't know shit. They just they
Yeah.
just they just talk.
I mean, he's definitely been through the motions, man, and he's proven himself on both sides of the border, at home and abroad. So he deserves his flowers, man. Shout out to Shimza for sure.
Crazy, man, crazy. Listen, the music that he's making now is probably the biggest um criticism that he gets. They call it white music. When there's clips on Twitter and different social media platforms about the reaction of some of his sets at Kanye, no one's dancing. People are like, "What is this?" Like, you know,
I beg to differ on that. I get a lot of Cunha clips, but now listen, look,
yeah, but bro, a clip is different than a. I'm not sure how long the sets are.
they're full set, yeah. But
You know,
you know what, man? Look, it's. I think no matter what you do, you're always gonna receive that kind of criticism. It's the same like, Maparizo or Kabza going into Afro. That's like been a huge conversation recently. It's like, why are they doing it? Are they selling out, or is it from a place of, musical like passion and kind of stuff like that? That's a whole nother conversation, right? But it's never gonna end. And then it goes back to what I said. I was like, oh, this guy used to make music like that. Now he's making music for so and so it gets played in his sets and yada yada yada, man. I think people just gonna talk and talk and talk forever, and you're never gonna be like, yeah, this guy's 100% at all times. You know, it doesn't work that way in our industry, right?
doesn't work that way. Doesn't work that way. I mean, I see it as a way to enter a market. You know, when I'm the way I act around my family isn't the same way I act around, I don't know, a potential investor.
Yeah, of course.
It's like you've got to cater to the room. You've got to adapt and play the game, not in a kind of shrewd way and what's the word? Self-serving way, but it's just how it works, right? If you want to enter the European market, it's like a
Yeah.
DJ set. You can't play the same DJ set everywhere.
No, exactly. And I mean, that's what I think. It's so easy to be like, yeah, he's selling out or whatever, but at the end of the day, this is a business, it's an industry, and you can take traditional examples that, a Big Mac is not the same in every country. Why is that? Because, they have to address certain levels and whatever to, the local population,
That's the
how
best
spicy
analogy
how
I've ever
spicy
heard.
something is, how it's not. Like Nando's SA is not the same Nando's UK from a spice perspective. It's these kinds of things, man. People just
You can tell Wesley likes his food, guys. You can tell Wesley likes his food.
bro, you know why I say that? I had Nando's for the first time in probably about 5 years this weekend, and it was like it just hit, man. It was so good.
You have Nando's in Toronto?
We have Nando's in Toronto. There's not a lot. There's only like a few. They're not everywhere, so you kind of have to make the trip. Yeah.
And it hit the spot.
Hit the spot, man. Hit the spot. Love a cheeky Nando's.
But what did you get? What did you get?
I got a quarter chicken. I got 10 chicken wings, spicy rice, and side salad, man. Trying to stay off the fries.
God damn, a quarter chicken, 10 wings. Okay.
So I was like,
Just
I was
just
hungry. I
clean
was
the whole
hungry.
plate. Just
I
cleaned it
cleaned
out.
it, man. Yeah, man.
Man, you're
Cheeky
stronger than
Nando's,
me.
bro.
Anytime I go to Nando's with peri peri fries, those peri peri fries, I have to, bro. I have
I
to.
know.
Like
Listen, I
I
love
can't
them
help
too. It's
myself.
hard. It was one of the hardest things, but trying to stay locked in, keep that belly down.
But you're looking leaner though. You're looking leaner. You're looking
Working on
leaner
it,
these
bro.
days.
Working on it. Fucking hell, it's a grind, but it's like less. Obviously,
It's
no less fried food, no sugar. The beer is my ultimate vice, bro. Like beer is like even if I'm having just one or two drinks, I'd rather have a beer than like a glass of wine or something else. But my next major goal is like to switch to like a tequila lime soda or something like that.
oh yeah, that's like the go-to drink for what's your waist?
Exactly, man.
Waist
Exactly.
watches.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Listen.
Shimza was cool. I'm trying to think what go on.
No, no, all good. I was just about to say, man, I wanted to talk about something else that kind of happened recently. As a label, kind of touching on some club record business. Maybe we won't mention which song it was, but we had a song that we're kind of pondering over for quite a long time. Do we want it? Do we not? And then it got signed by a pretty major, well-financed label in our scene. So like, when that happened, man, what was like your first kind of thought process there?
The thing is, I wanted to sign the track, right? It's almost like the gut feel of like, yeah, like that instant first reaction, that first feeling that you get. People say you should always trust that. And, when it works, of course, you're the smartest person in the room. When it doesn't work, you're stupid, right? So it's difficult to have that discernment and make the right decision. But you can't overthink it, man. You let it go and you move on. But it's tough, man. It's tough because it's always there. It's a very competitive business. It's almost like sometimes you want to own all the music.
Yeah,
I know that sounds weird, but sometimes you feel like, oh man, that track is sick. I wish I had it. It's part of it though. It's part of it. I think from there you understand more of this business as well is about that the gut instinct and your taste and what you like and that natural um yeah your natural taste for
I
music.
think it's also difficult because the way we have like four people in A&R right now. Obviously, two of us, and then we have two guys, working on our team as well. And there are moments where you hear a track, you really like it, you think it's going to be great. Then the other three or two others are like, not for me, and then it kind of makes you start to doubt yourself. But what happened with this one, I think you really liked it. I didn't really like it. I'll be honest. I still don't think it was the strongest track out there, but it's so personal with music, right? Like just because I think that, maybe the majority would disagree with me, you know?
I see. I mean, I think there should be almost like a template of questions
Yeah.
that you answer and analyze before you make a decision. Again, you've got those tracks that just don't warrant that attention. So you get a track that's just completely shit. You don't need to go through those questions. But when it's like, when it's not super clear, then you could go through this process of these questions. I mean, one of the questions could be, okay, would you send it to big DJs? Would it get support? How involved are the artists in creating content?
Yeah.
What how big is their profile? Yeah, I think there's a few questions that you can come up with that make the selling of a record easier, especially for a record label. And I think for this one, I haven't seen a lot of DJ support, but there's a lot of content being created for this track by the artists. The streams are very good at the moment. I
Yeah,
want to check
streams are
TikTok. Yeah, I want to check TikTok now. Excuse me. I want to check TikTok now to see how many reels or TikToks have been made. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. What's the track called? Focus. Yeah, Focus.
focus.
Focus. DJ Caraba.
Dr. Chai, Emily Apollo.
I mean, yeah. Listen, I know you started the conversation with, oh, we're not gonna name the track, and I just named it.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I think it's good to talk about because
Ooh, 77 videos. Let's see. Ooh, 500 posts.
that's a lot. I mean, stream wise, it dropped on February 27th, and it's on 137K, which is pretty good, man. That is pretty good.
It
2
dropped a
weeks?
month ago?
No,
Over a
like
month ago.
3 weeks, let's say 3 weeks. February
February
27th.
27. Oh,
Yeah,
they
two and
say
a bit.
February 7.
But it's difficult, man. I mean, as well, we had other tracks when we were like sorting through track stack. We had a different guy working A&R at the time, and he rejected probably what would have been a really big track for us, and that still hurts to this day, man. Yeah, yeah, you
It
hear
was,
it.
we can say it was a Deco track.
Yeah,
And since then we've signed Deco twice, and the track that came out on Friday is doing very well, bro.
I love that
Very,
track. Yeah, for those
very
for those
well.
who miss it, it's a track called White Lines. Unbelievable, man. I've listened to it, I think, like 30 times since Friday,
Bro,
just on
it's
Spotify.
the first time he sent it to me, I was begging him. I was like, bro, club
Please, yeah.
record, club record. And he was like, yeah, I'll come back to you. I'll come back to you. It's doing well. It's on 22,000 after a couple days. So
Okay, nice.
that's what, 6,000 a day. It's doing well, man. It's great when you see this type of support. Um, Listen, if you're listening and you're thinking about running a record label, it's not easy, guys. It's not easy. It takes a lot of confidence, I think, in understanding what type of music you like. How can you contribute to promoting the music? And you're gonna miss on tracks. You're gonna miss it. You're gonna miss on music. I speak to big labels all the time, and they tell me, yeah, we missed on that one. We missed on this one. Everyone's done it. It happens. It's actually what makes a label better.
Absolutely, man. But you
It's
know what?
experience.
I'll take the converse example where there was a track. I'd say like, I'll give an example. I really liked it. I thought it was a banger. Sent it to the group. All you guys are like, don't think it's the one, and I'm like, cool, all right,
Which
that's
one?
it. I'm not gonna say, man.
Did it get signed?
It got signed. So the example is that I think it's great. You guys were all like, nah, man, and then you see it get signed elsewhere, and then the performance is just really bad. So then you're like, oh, okay, that was a good decision. You know what I mean? So it happens in both lanes.
It
Is
happens in
what
both lanes.
That's what I'm trying to say.
For me, it's all about having a discussion, understanding why don't you like something. Especially like you and I, obviously, have a lot more say
Hmm.
when it comes to bringing tracks forward and presenting tracks for Club Record. So when someone says no, you want to understand why. Is it the vocal? Is it the arrangement? What is it about what I'm presenting that doesn't work? I think that's the main thing for me. It's got to be a conversation. Otherwise, what are we doing?
I mean, as I get that as well, but for me, is like I also like really trust you guys from an instinct point of view. So if you guys say no, I'm like, okay, there's something that I might have missed there because if it's not right away, then it's like it's harder to argue. And then at the same time, I also have this thing like if you don't really believe in a track, I don't want to work with it because it's difficult to work on something that your team is not fully backing or they don't really feel strong about it. It's like I'd rather just let it go. Do you know what I mean?
I
On
see.
occasion, I'll say we have to do it. It's rare, but sometimes if you guys just say no, then I'm like, cool, it's fine. There'll be more tracks.
Yeah, it's a tough one, but I think that if someone really believes in a track, then you have to own it. Like you really have to put in the extra work of selling the track and making the tracks a success.
Yeah.
I think that's what it comes down to, right? Um,
Yeah. I mean, that's a good point too. Listen, it's like A&R is not black and white. It's really not. It's a conversation, it's instinct, it's also technical at times. It's difficult, man. It's difficult.
but I enjoy it. I enjoy it. I think as Club Record at the moment, the type of music that we are putting out is varied. It's still clubby. It's still playable music, but we're also in this position where there is attention, there is good traction, but the sound is changing. The sound is changing so much and so quickly. And I was playing on the weekend, the a bit more Afro friendly set. The DJ after me just played Juno, completely different sound, completely
Yeah.
different sound. That's where it's going more. It's going more for these loopier, longer tracks, clubbier tracks. House is making a strong comeback. Disco we talked about. So as a label, you need to also have this in mind and say, okay, what do we need to showcase to our audience? Can we introduce our audience to a different sound? This is something Shimza was talking about in the podcast. He was like, um, looking at the last lineup that they did at Kunye, they had Mamuto on and Arodis, right? And South Africans were like,
Yeah.
why are you getting, you know, that this lineup makes sense. But he's thinking, I'm providing something that you didn't know you needed. So that as a label, you also have to keep that in mind. It's like, yes, we are an Afro House label. We're known as an Afro House label, but that doesn't mean that that's all our audience wants. We also have to showcase something that maybe they didn't know. Can we introduce new sounds, a new genre, perhaps? Like, what can we do that is a bit different that at the moment is missing in the market? Because I mean, bro, last week I think I told you about this. I got hit up by a huge DJ, and he's like, what do you think about Afro House at the moment? It's like, because I'm thinking about, what sounds I'm bringing out, what is the next iteration of my project. And he's hitting me up to just understand where things are going. And I'm just sharing my views. But right now it's a critical moment, I think, in our space, because the commercial sound isn't being made as much
Yeah.
as we think.
No,
So
it's not, but I think there's a wider conversation about electronic music in general. I don't think it's just Afro House. I mean, I could argue as well in the techno scene, especially like that afterlife sound was so prominent for so long, and I think it's really just also on the decline. That darker melodic techno, and where is it going for those guys? I don't know. I'm not tapped in enough, but I don't think it's just us. I think we're evolving generally, you know?
I think it's happening across.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder why. Because it's electronic music, I would say, is probably the most successful or up there genre at the moment.
Yeah.
Again, I'm not really tapped into, I don't know, other genres like country or pop. I don't really go to those type of events. But it does feel like places like Ibiza, DJ based events are huge at the moment, and there's huge opportunities there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's definitely becoming more poppy though. It's a lot pop friendlier, I
It
think.
is. It's just I don't know, man. It's also like rap is dying, unfortunately. It's not as popular as it used to be. What people are going out for is definitely more like DJs. I think at least in this side of the world, I'm probably not the same in Europe, but country music is so big in North
Country
America,
music is huge. Yeah.
massive, right? So I think right now is a time for number one house music and number two country music, and then we'll see, man. Like I think about it, you think back in the days, like in the 70s, 80s, like these bands, AC/DC, and it was like a full live band, and that's what people wanted to go out and see. And then now it's like we want to go see a DJ, and then I wonder what it's going to be like in 15, 20 years. Are we still going to be interested in seeing a DJ? I don't know.
AI artists.
AI artists, yeah, exactly. Who knows? Who
AI
knows?
artists. AI artists. We need to find an AI artists guest or someone that creates AI artists. That would be a crazy conversation,
That
actually.
would be, yeah,
Um,
because it's out there. Like I know Timbaland has AI artists. I met a guy at 80 a couple years ago. He had AI artists. So it's gonna be a thing, man. It's there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's happening. It's happening. Yeah, let's save it for maybe future podcasts. Also, guys, let us know which guests we should have on. I think now we're beyond the 10 episode. I wanted to get to 10 episodes and then start to have guests on. So now that we're beyond that, let us know which guests we should have. Everyone is a DJ. Episode 12. Where's anything else?
See you next week, guys.
Peace.